back, Space Cadets, to another night of VBS 2020 Space, Supernatural Encounters with God.
Thank you for joining us for this first ever virtual VBS from space.
We want to remind you that we're working all week on an offering project for Operation Christmas Child shoeboxes. And our overall goal is $600. And we keep track of how much the boys bring in and how much the girls bring in. And at the end of this week, we will have totals to find out who gets to have bragging rights for the year, the girls or the boys. Oh, hang on. Yeah. Mission control is all set. They've linked in with the space station, so I think we're ready to go.
All right, well, let's count down to tonight's transmission from space with Dr. Prove It, Houston Ann, and Rocket Dan. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
During VBS this year, we're collecting money to help provide supplies for our annual Operation Christmas Child shoebox packing party in November. Let's watch this video about the ministry of OCC, then we'll be back with more details.
The kids are playing, are laughing, joyful.
It's like a whole world to them, because for the first time they have received this precious gift.
Operation Christmas Child gives our church an opportunity to touch the world.
It's a great adventure to evangelize.
You've got an army of volunteers that pack the boxes. They're helping OCC to take the gospel literally to millions of children.
This is the Good Samaritan work that the Lord is looking for people to do.
Getting people locally to think globally.
What I love about OCC is that they are intentional about pouring into the lives of kids.
They receive a box and also an invitation to come back and learn more about Christ.
We just don't want to just hand out a box and stop there. We want them to grow in their faith.
It's a great tool, an effective tool to reach communities with the gospel of Jesus.
It's exciting to get people to heaven, but it's also exciting to get heaven to people.
We can't wait for you to help pack shoeboxes with us in November, but first we need to talk about our offering contest details. Our VBS goal is to raise at least $600. Even though we're not meeting in person, we're still having our annual Boys vs. Girls offering competition. Starting Monday night, the group who brought in the most money the previous night will be announced during our video streaming from CW Space Station. Keep an eye out on Friday, July 24th for a special transmission from space, announcing the overall winners for the week. The winning team, you earn bragging rights for the year. There will also be a far-out space event broadcast if we hit or exceed our offering goal. Here's how you can give. There will be a place in the front office July 20th through the 23rd between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. to drop off your donations for either the boys or the girls. You can also give online at cwmc.church/give and select a VBS for your offering type. Online donations will be split equally between the boys and the girls unless you email Tim at cwmc.church and let Tim know where you would like the funds to go to, either the boys team or the girls team.
Hey everybody, welcome back to VBS 2020 Space, Supernatural Encounters with God.
Space.
I'm Houston Ann. This is Rocket Dan.
Rocket Dan!
Do you think we could ever get through any intro without you singing?
Probably not, because I like to say Rocket Dan!
Are you done yet?
Rocket
Dan.
Dan.
Thank you very much. I think we've done that. Hey everybody!
Rocket Dan! You can tell everybody.
Are you good yet?
Yeah, I'm good, okay.
Because we have people watching that are trying to participate.
All right.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm really sorry. I know you're probably laughing at him, but but at him, not with him. I know how that goes, okay? I do it all the time. Anyway, we're so glad that you're here. You know, some of them have been with us all the night so far.
Every night. That's pretty amazing. How many been here every night? Every night? Raise your hand. Awesome. Thank you for being here.
How many of you at your first night?
First night.
Put your hand down.
Oh,
Dan.
I always forget that. Yeah.
So, okay, so some of you, well, we're glad that you're with us. We wanted to do a little bit of a recap of what we've been talking about up here in space.
We've had a great
At
week.
the space station. We've been having a great time.
With Houston Ann and Rocket Dan.
Yep.
Yeah. So what was first night?
First night was the Log It.
Log It.
Always waiting. Log It is God can supernaturally.
Log It. Log It.
There's only so much time, Rocket Dan. Would you like to get through the thing or no? We're in space, we're busy. Anything?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Log It. God can supernaturally create anything out of nothing, including us.
Yep, and Genesis 1:1 was our verse today. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth.
Yeah, so we learned that on Sunday night. Monday night, our Log It was God can speak to us anytime or anywhere, even in supernatural ways. You want to tell them about the verse?
Yeah, the verse was Exodus 3:4. When the Lord saw that Moses was coming closer, he called to him from the middle of a bush and said, Moses, Moses. That bush was on fire too.
Yeah, and it wasn't burning up, and what we realized was he never called him Mo. Just so
never.
You know. So anyway,
I
Tuesdays.
Did. God didn't.
No, God did not. Tuesday's Log It was.
Log It.
Do you want to read it?
I'll read it. Log It. Tuesday. When God calls you to do something, he will empower you to do it, even sometimes supernaturally.
Right, and the verse that we had for that, because we just talked about this last night, you told us this really great story about Peter, Matthew 14:29. They saw Jesus walking on the water, and Peter said, if that's you, call me. And it says, Jesus said, yes, come. And Peter went over the side of the boat and walked on the water.
That's amazing. Like just
supernatural.
Walked. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I can barely swim in the water.
So what we've learned is that it's a good thing we're in space.
I
And
know.
not doing an ocean dive.
Yeah.
It's a really cool thing that we've learned is that God has created us and everything we see. He's created us with a purpose. He communicates with us. And he empowers us to do what he calls us to do.
Which really has been a good week, hasn't it?
It has been.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. We have to show you something cool from space.
Oh, I love when you show us something cool from space.
So here's the thing. We've got this awesome... Have you ever seen the sun?
Well, I try not to. Remember, if you remember first week, it's not good. Because if you look directly into it, your eyes burn out.
Yeah, we did give like a kind of a educational lesson on not staring at
Don't
the sun.
stare at the sun. Even as much as you want to. Don't do it.
You find yourself just really wanting to?
Because I was told not to. It's like, he's like, don't look. And I'm like, I have to look. And I don't look.
Yeah.
I want to look.
This is totally true. I forgot about when you're told not to, you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so we don't do that.
Don't do it.
But you can look totally at the picture that we're going to put up. So
Because
let's
it's
put
a
it up.
picture.
It's a picture of the sun.
That's not the sun.
No, it is.
No, that looks like a jack-o'-lantern.
Yes.
From, you know, like Halloween, the pumpkins you carve out?
Yeah, but that's the sun.
How?
You know, I don't know how it's done. God takes care of the sun, but that's what it looks like sometimes.
That's pretty awesome.
Isn't that the coolest thing ever?
Yeah,
and
kind of scary.
Kind of scary.
Yeah.
Without the sun, we would not have light, we would not have warmth, we would basically not be here.
How do you think they got that close to take the picture?
I don't think they got that close. I think that was a really, really long telescope.
That's good, because if they got that close, they would have looked right into it. Eyes are gone.
Yeah, I don't think that would have been their biggest problem.
No, that's true. They get too hot.
They might have been too hot. Anyway.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. But you know what? We have seen a lot of really cool things in space, and we're going to see some more.
Yeah.
Right? But I think we actually have a few things to do before we get going. Don't you have a project?
Yeah, I got some things to do, and then we'll probably come back later and talk to everybody about what's going on.
Perfect.
All right, let's do it. Hey, we'll see you guys later.
Supernatural. Step into the new city, old stepping into the promises of your word. We're going out, moving out of the natural. Whoa. Something never seen, never heard. It's supernatural. Step into the new, see the old no more. It's supernatural. Take us higher, take us deeper, take us into everything you have for us. We're going up, moving out of the natural, stepping into the promises of your word. We're going up, moving out of the natural. Whoa. We're going up, moving out of the natural, stepping into the promises of your word. We're going up, moving out of the natural. Whoa. Are you ready for his power? Are you ready? It's supernatural. Are you ready for his power? Are you ready? It's supernatural. Stepping into the promises of your word. We're going up, moving out of the natural. Whoa. We're going up, moving out of the natural, stepping into the promises of your word. We're going up, moving out of the natural. Whoa. Your love breaks on me like an ocean, and I'm caught in your rolling sea. Your love is a place like a wide open space. Call me out into all I can be. I found my life in mercy deep. Found your kingdom on my knees. I found salvation wild and free when I found you. I found my life in mercy deep. I found your kingdom on my knees. I found salvation wild and free when I found you. I will walk on the waves of your promise. I will walk in your word over me. Your love is a place like a wide open space. Call me out into all I can be. I found my life in mercy deep. I found your kingdom on my knees. I found salvation wild and free when I found you. I found my life in mercy deep. I found your kingdom on my knees. I found salvation wild and free when I found you. Call me out into all I can be. I found my life in mercy deep. I found your kingdom on my knees. I found salvation wild and free. I found you. I found my life in mercy deep. I found your kingdom on my knees. I found salvation wild and free when I found you. I found my life in mercy deep. I found your kingdom on my knees. I found salvation wild and free when I found you.
Well, where does it go right there?
No, I don't think it goes right there. Did you try the main space station hallway?
Well, no, I can't remember where I took this from. I know it goes somewhere that.
Did you try mission control?
I can't believe I messed this up too.
Well, we'll figure it out.
No, I'm just kind of frustrated. I mean, this is something I've been doing a lot lately. I feel like I just can't get things right. And yesterday I was out there. I didn't believe that I could do the work and couldn't jump across, and I forgot I had the jetpack. But that first day, I think I completely couldn't put the thing back together. I thought I could create something out of nothing.
Your spacesuit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can change. I don't know why even Houston Ann believes in me and that type of thing. I mean,
yeah, I don't think people can change either.
Yeah, you don't think that I can
Hey
change?
guys.
Oh,
hey,
hi, Houston.
Hi.
Hey, Houston Ann.
What's up? What are you guys talking about?
Well, I'm kind of frustrated.
Okay.
I feel like the last couple days I've been messing up, and I just don't know. I want to do the right thing, and I feel like the Bible story's been telling me really good, and they've been helping, but
right.
I don't know if I'm just kind of doubting all this and the fact that I can do this right and even change to be the person I'm supposed to be. And Dr. Pruitt's saying that it's true. Like I can't change.
Yeah, I don't think people can change.
You don't think people can change?
No.
Oh my goodness, you guys. Totally people can change.
Really?
That's the whole reason that Jesus came to earth in the first place. You know what? Let me go get some stuff and I want to bring some notes back because I want to tell you a story about how people's lives change. And I'm going to tell you about a lady named Mary whose life was totally changed by Jesus.
So,
because Rocket Dan, you can change.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Absolutely a chance.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So let's come back here in just a minute, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, guys, so we're back. I got some notes because I really wanted to be able to tell this story really well. Because Rocket Dan, people do change, and Dr. Prove It, people do change. And how do I know that? Because the Bible tells us that people change. The Bible tells us that Jesus came to earth so that he could change our lives, so he could rescue us, so he could transform us. That's the whole point of the story of Vacation Bible School of VBS 2020.
So you're saying Jesus came for me too?
He came for you, and he came for you, and he came for me, and he came for everybody that's watching. He came for everybody.
But why and how?
Because he loves us. Maybe you've heard the verse John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only son to die for us so that we could live. right?
Yeah.
So anyway, let me tell you about a story, because I love stories, right? Do you love stories?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me tell you a story about a woman named Mary, who she encountered Jesus and her life changed. Her name was Mary. She was from a town of Magdala, which we call her a lot of times Mary Magdalene. Maybe you've heard of her in the Bible.
But this wasn't Mary, Jesus' mom.
No, not Jesus' mom. Mary from Magdala.
Okay.
Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about Mary. Mary had some problems. Mary was sick.
Did she have a little lamb?
She did not have a little lamb. It's
I
not
think that's a different Mary.
That's a different book.
Okay, so she didn't have a lamb, and it's not Jesus' mom. That's different Mary.
We're gonna stick with the Bible, and we're gonna be talking about the gospel.
Okay, deal.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You just said she had a problem. So.
She does have a problem. She was sick.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
She was sick. She had illnesses, and worse than that, she was being harassed and abused and tormented by evil spirits.
That's not nice.
No, and that's supernatural, right?
Yeah.
Evil spirits are supernatural. And so Mary's had this really rough life, but then she meets Jesus, right? Jesus. And in Luke chapter 8, verses 1 and 2, it says this. It says, Jesus traveled from one town and village to another, right, when he came here, proclaiming the good news of the kingdom of God. The 12 were with him, and some women who'd been cured of evil spirits and diseases. Mary, called Magdalene, of whom 7 demons came out, was one of them, right? So here's the thing. Jesus rescued Mary. He healed her diseases. He rescued her spiritually. He gave her a brand new life. She changed totally. Wow. Her life was transformed. And Jesus did so much for her that she chose to follow him for the rest of her life. And she used her money to help take care of him, and she traveled with him. She loved him so much that even when Jesus died on the cross, okay, I don't know if you know this story, but Jesus died on the cross, and in 3 days he rose from the dead.
That's supernatural too.
Yes, he defeated death so that he could give us a new life and he could give us salvation. Wow. Right? Isn't that awesome? But Mary loved him so much that she traveled even to she went to the cross, she went to the tomb where she didn't know he was going to raise from the dead, but she went to take care of his body. She loved him so much. And do you know what happened when she got to the tomb? No. He wasn't there. He had risen from the dead. But here's what happened. She stood at the tomb and she was crying because when people die, it's sad.
Yeah.
And she was sad, and so it's a sad story, but it gets better, right?
Okay.
So she goes to the tomb and she's looking for Jesus, and the tomb is empty, and it says that she was crying, and she looked in to the tomb, and you know what she saw? Another supernatural thing.
What?
2 angels.
What?
Yeah, 2 angels sitting inside the tomb. And it says that one angel spoke to her, and we see in John chapter 20, the angel said this. I'm going to read it to you out of the Bible.
Okay.
Dear woman, why are you crying? The angel asked her. Because they've taken away my Lord, she replied, and I don't know where they put him. Right? She's so sad. All she knows is she saw Jesus die. She turns to leave and saw someone standing there. It was Jesus.
What?
It was Jesus. He was standing there. It was so cool.
He wasn't dead anymore?
No, he wasn't dead anymore. But see, the thing is, she didn't recognize him. So she's crying. Maybe she couldn't tell who he was through all of her tears.
Maybe he changed his hairdo.
Maybe he changed his hair. I don't know. But for whatever reason, she couldn't recognize him. And it says, he said, dear woman, why are you crying? He asked her, who are you looking for? And she said to Jesus, she thought he was the gardener, and she said, sir, if you've taken him away, tell me where you've put him and I will go get him. And I love this. And Jesus said, Mary. And she's like, Jesus. And all of a sudden she realized he was alive from the dead. And that's the most supernatural story we're going to tell.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah. And so it totally changed her life. And she even spent the rest of her life telling people about Jesus. Isn't that cool?
So, Mary, she had done some bad things. She had been sick. She had some things going on. And because of Jesus, she was able to change.
She changed, and her whole life changed. And he brought restoration, and he brought health, and he brought healing, and he brought salvation into her life.
So do you think that if I also believe that Jesus can do that in my life, that he can help me change and be a better person in the man that he asked me to be?
I think if you believe in Jesus and you trust him with your life, that he can help you to be everything you're meant to be.
I think I'm going to do that.
Well,
yeah, I believe that.
I have a question too.
Okay.
I mean, I've always asked lots of questions and needed everything to be proved to me. But this story is so powerful and it's truth. Could that change happen for me too?
Absolutely, it could happen for you, Dr. Prove
Really?
It. Yes, but you know what? It does require a little bit of faith. We have to trust that Jesus does what he says he does because we've seen him do it. But it does require us to have faith and to trust him.
So how do we ask Jesus to do that for us?
It's super simple.
Oh, that's good.
Yep, all you have to do, you can pray and you can just say, Jesus, I just want you to come into my life and forgive me of my sins, and I want to turn my life over to you. And you can do that anywhere. You can do that at home. You can do that at church. You can do that wherever you are.
Could we do it right now?
We could do it right now.
I'd like to do that right now. Can we do that?
Me too. Me too.
Right.
All right, are we going to pray?
Yeah, let's pray.
All right, you want to pray?
Yeah.
All right.
Dear Jesus, I'm so sorry for not always doing the right things and so sorry for messing up, but I believe that with you in my heart that I can change. And so Jesus, please forgive me of my sins. Jesus, I believe that you died and that you rose again for me. And I believe that you are a God who's going to be Lord of my life. I love you and I want you in my life. Amen.
Amen.
I feel so awesome.
That's awesome.
That's so amazing.
So life can be changed.
That's
it can
so
be transformed. Cool. In fact, our log it for tonight.
Log it.
Yes, our log
it
is this. Can I say it? I don't know
log
why
it.
you're so weird. I'm gonna say this now, okay?
Some things don't change, I
No,
guess.
they don't change.
But some things do.
That's true. Some things don't change, but our hearts do. The log it is when Jesus comes into your life, you are supernaturally transformed. And that is a cool thing, right?
Yeah.
So that's a great story, and it's not a story, it's true. Right?
Yeah.
It's not just a
That's
story,
awesome.
it's the truth. So I think we've got some other things to do.
Yeah.
And get ready for tomorrow.
I think we have a big day tomorrow.
We're going out in space.
We're going out in space tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay.
So one more
All right.
time.
I'm so excited.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
I cannot feel your love so strong and still from where I have hidden. I cannot hear your voice above my will, but still you listen. And all the while you call me to your grace, all that I undid fades. Lead me to the end of myself. Take me to the edge of something greater. I'm looking out beyond this great unknown, though I can't see it. One day I'll see the place you call my home. Lord, I believe it. And all the while you call me to your grace, all that I wanted fades. Lead me to the end of myself. Take me to the edge of something greater. Lead me
Hey guys, those guys took off to go work on some stuff, but I really wanted to remind you of some of the things we talked about tonight. Number one, our log it. Remember, when Jesus comes into your life, you're supernaturally transformed. Jesus came, he loves you, he came for you, and he wants to be a part of your life, and he can change you, and he can make you into everything that he wants you to be. And we want you to remember that. The verse that we're using for tonight is John chapter 20, verse 18, and it says, Mary Magdalene found the disciples after Jesus talked to her, and she said this, she said, I have seen the Lord. She was so excited because she had seen Jesus, and we get to have a personal relationship with Jesus just like Mary did. And so I want to encourage you, remember, when Jesus comes into your life, he can supernaturally change you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We are so glad that you again chose to watch Houston and Rocket Dan and Dr. Prove It as they journeyed through space. We hope to see you again tomorrow night, but before we close off, I think Lunar Lisa, don't you have a couple of things to talk about?
I certainly do. I just want you to know, remember to stay tuned tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for the launching of Lunar Lisa and Storytime for our youngest space cadets.
Oh, and we will also have a special report that will air tomorrow to update us on our offering project and to see whether the boys space cadets or the girls space cadets brought in the most for our missions project.
Alrighty, well, I am Captain Katie. This is Lunar Lisa and Dr. Diller signing off from the CW Space Center. We'll see you tomorrow night.